Trying not to lose my shit. I'm just trying not to lose my shit.
Link in the description and join our Discord channel today. Go ahead and be part of a community with awesome events, awesome people, and awesome content creators alike. And go ahead and support all content creators that are available in the EHG community and TemGameBoyz Discord channel. Also subscribe to the EHG community and TemGameBoyz to get notifications for new videos and future streams that are going to be coming up soon. Thank you very much. And welcome to another episode of TemGameBoyz. Guys, we are back. Me and Ribbon are back. Alright. So we just finished up the octopus, the tentacle system. And I know some of you gotta take that the wrong way, but yeah, we're done with that, and now we're gonna go to the next one. Okay, so I was having like a discussion with like a friend of mine a while ago, and hey, it's Teddy. So I was talking to him in regards to, you know, a lot of the content creators doing like the wrong thing, and with them doing the wrong thing, they really don't know how, like, so they don't learn how to go ahead and be like better people. And with that, I try to put out like the best videos that I can to be a decent human being. Yeah, was that you?
No. You just like stopped talking midway.
No, because like I tried to I had a conversation with him about, like, you know, bad content creators and everything, and like trying to be like a decent content creator. Because he wanted to know. He's like, oh, how do you become a content creator? How, like, what do you do with content creation? Like, how do you?
My biggest tip is someone who, like you've seen, I'm about to hit 150K. I've got a lot of mutuals with millions of followers each. I think my top mutual is 17 million. If somebody goes to content events and stuff, like creator events, networking events, exclusive events that are only offered to people within a certain like follower count and stuff, my biggest thing is please stop listening to these stupid, like, there's a scam. It's a scam that gets run on things like TikTok, where they will be like, oh, I'm a content creator, help person, like, I'm gonna give you these tips, and the tips are always absolute shit, but people believe they work because what they're doing is people are engaging with their content for tips on content creation. So they're not blowing up because their tips are actually working. They're blowing up because other people want tips, so they're selling crap. It's crap. I've seen content, sometimes they'll even purposely give you bad tips to tank other people so that they can keep getting more. It's bad. Like, I saw one that was like, oh, all your drafts are gonna damage your algorithm. Anybody who actually works on algorithm, there's several software engineers on the app that talk about, no, it doesn't. Drafts have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Actually clearing out your drafts and having no readily content makes it look like you have low quality content and is going to tank you for having 0 drafts.
I can agree with that. Yeah, it's just like, I guess, like, for me, like, I guess the ones that I use are like for like the small YouTubers and everything. I guess that's the one that's kind of tanking me a little bit. Is it that one that, like, for like the hashtags and stuff that are tanking me? Because like the other ones mostly.
Tags, another thing is so tags will come in rotation, and if you don't keep up with tag rotation and you just keep posting the same tags over and over again, especially when they're already dead tags as it is, it'll burn out your account. I see that a lot, that and not taking down copyrighted songs and stuff. If you post something and it's fine at first, and you're not doing your monthly checks like you're supposed to, it will tank your stuff because it looks like you're a liability for copyright. Or I see people who will be like, oh, I don't want to delete the video, I just want to private it. And then they private it, it still looks like a point against your account though.
I've kind of gotten like those things for like the copyright aspect at one point. Like it says, like, the song is copywritten, so you will lose monetization to it. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not monetized towards it, so I can understand that aspect. But I also had a big issue where I actually, like, the channel actually got its first copyright strike.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it got its copyright strike, and it was because I called out, ooh, doggy.
I will say, if once every copyright strike you get on YouTube, at least, it takes 90 days to at least recover from that. And I don't mean the strike going down. That's not what I mean.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Like,
but I mean, algorithm wise, it's telling you, so like anything you post for the next 90 days is going to be significantly dropped.
yeah, of course. It's just that, like, for me, it's like I'm going to, like, possibly, like that's why I'm saying, like, I'm gonna possibly, like, close, like, down on the profanity a little bit more, because I can see that's also a major thing. Besides just like the tags, I'm probably gonna change them up left here when I can. But the profanity is one of the major things, because I curse like a sailor. So I'm definitely.
I will say, and I don't mind not cussing, but I will say, YouTube wise, if you go watch any video from a software engineer who works in algorithm, YouTube and is kind of like X. It doesn't actually have any effect. Slurs are the only thing that will give you any kind of thing, but algorithm wise, the way there's processes stuff, it does not demonetize you, as long as you're not saying slurs or describing things in like great detail. That is when the big problem comes in, is when people start saying slurs. It is set to check, because even if you don't put on closed captions, it does closed caption your videos. So it goes through, it creates a script, the algorithm then recognizes what's in the script. That's why I always say to people, go look at the software engineers, go look at the people that are been doing this for a really long time with massive followings, because they're the ones that are going to give you the absolute best and accurate advice. I said some, not always. I will say, if anybody who says they're like a creator helper, they only get their following because of just giving tips, and half the time the tips are crap. You will also, the one thing you have to be careful of is there are some people who try to take out competition, and it's sad, but you see it all the time. It's very competitive. And it's usually the people that look like the nicest people ever. And then they're like the meanest people ever in real life. They will try to take out competition. I've seen people start drama. I've seen people slander each other. I've even had it happen to me. I've seen people edit each other's videos. Now we've got the AI situation going on to try to take out other creators. If they see a smaller creator is starting to build up in the same community or the same kind of content as them, some creators big creators are super nice and will like help other people because there's room for everybody on the platforms. But then some will try to take out their competition. It's really bad. I will say, if you see somebody who is constantly like calling out quote unquote other creators, and that's like 50% or more of their content, run, don't take any tips from them, because that's usually your biggest red flag, that is the real problem, is the calls coming from inside of the house situation.
Well, I kind of like am guilty of that a little bit, because I do call out some content creators here and there. I think it's because
I call people out, but it's making that your whole platform. If 50% or more of the platform is calling people out, run. And that most people know that rule too. That's another thing, is if you make your content where it's 50% or more is just constantly calling people out, it's bad. If people know to run. People are going to hide from you, because, well, the intelligent people are. They're going to be like, hey, so this is a red flag, that more than half of your content is, quote unquote, calling out other people, rather than making any actual content of your own.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I just call out like when it's a necessary thing. Like, it's like when it comes to like things, like when it comes to like, sometimes I call out things such as like, the government, when they're trying to make things such as,
See, that's different. That's not calling out a direct creator.
Yeah, but no, then I'll call out things such as like, like sometimes the grifters who are YouTubers and stuff like that. That like in that aspect. Yeah. Like, then I personally will not mind it, because of the simple fact that I was like, there you go. No, but then it's just like the simple fact that like it's a passion of mine to go ahead and to try to be a decent YouTuber, and then like it just goes to a point where like I feel as if like in certain places, because we don't gatekeep in any type of aspect, for things like this, then a lot of people will try to, like, you know, go through the gates and the negative happens and nobody calls them out. But you know, that's just me on that aspect. I just personally think that, like, you know, some content creators need to get called out. But
I've called out people before. I've done that whole interview. I've dealt with it to the extreme level, like where I've been quote unquote canceled because I pissed off people for. I got accused of DOXing somebody because I exposed that they were on the registry list, and then they were like, "Oh, you're DOXing them by posting that." I'm like, "No, I'm making people aware that they have those kinds of charges." It's
yeah,
not the same.
plus that's actually public information. So this, like,
Exactly. But people will go to the extreme to protect content creators that they like to, is another thing that you have to think, like, when you're considering outing somebody for being a bad person. I've dealt with it. I've had slander, I've been DOX'd, I've been threatened, all of it, over, you know, exposing that kind of stuff. But that's one that I have, trust me, the army has fudged me up mentally enough that I've got thick skin. It's not going to bother me. I even had somebody make a video one time. It was like, "Why is Ribbon still making videos? Blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, because people fact check and I'm not gonna stop. Like, you can make up whatever you want. I have a whole fan fiction written about me. It's weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it started with, they made this Google Drive, and it's like nothing but random notes that they typed out on the Notes app. So, like, no real evidence, nothing, just like random stuff they've made up and typed out on a little note and then, like, screenshotted it, right?
Yeah.
And one of them started with somebody saying that they had quote unquote dated me in middle school, right? I was homeschooled in middle school. So they didn't bother to do any research. And they wrote this whole thing about how, like, we had met in the hallway when they transferred schools and that I was just a complete a-hole to them. And then they also started, like, so it started with just that. And then when I pointed out, I was like, so I didn't go to middle school? So, like, what the heck are you talking about? They started adding chapters, and every couple of months there's a new chapter to it. They wrote, like, probably 10 paragraphs about this fictional relationship that we apparently had. It's actually kind of hilarious.
That's an interesting way to like mess up, like, your whole career when you're just not doing the right fact checking. Like, it's like,
right. And that's another thing is, I see a lot of people get themselves in bad positions because they will believe a creator without fact checking it, and then when they become a creator themselves, people don't want to work with them when they see that they're associated with that person. Because yeah, that person might have a lot of followers because people love drama and stuff, but you'll notice they're not doing any brand deals, they're not doing any ads, they're not making any revenue, or they're barely making anything because they're making it off of, like, drama videos, and they're all shocked whenever whenever the person, so they'll get associated with these people, right?
yeah.
And then they'll try to become content creators themselves, and they're like, why is nobody wanting to work with me? And it's like, because they see you're associated with somebody that does that stuff, they're a liability. Therefore, you're a liability for being associated with them.
Yeah, it is true. That's why it's like, like if I hear, like, God forbid, like, anything is ever heard, like, on the idea of, like, you know, of, like, someone, like, I do, like, a collab with, and then he's done something wrong, like, to a major level that that I should not collab with him anymore, then yeah, then it's gonna be like, all right, all videos are gone, we're gonna go ahead and freaking do something different, and any type of info on that stuff will be gone, because, like, it's like automatically that's like, no, I'm not gonna be associated with something like that. Like, that's something that's very, very dangerous. One thing that I've noticed is that even with certain things that certain content creators do, some people just, like, would really, like as you said, like, they would really be, like, you know, affiliated with them still. I don't understand how you can be, because morally, like, as I said, I cannot be, you know, affiliated with someone who does negative things on that level. Like, for instance, like, if there's, like, any content creator that I could be, like, you know, affiliated with, Like people like Queso, I would definitely like to be affiliated with Queso. People like Jinxie, I would like to be affiliated with Jinxie. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. But then, you know, you get like people who want us to like do like, oh, do things with Kai Sanat, do things with Show Speed, like cool, but no. I like especially when you have like bad things under your name, like, or bad individuals under your name, like.
Also, like I said, I see so many people who will. So it's not. It's one of those. It's a legitimate issue. So that's where people fall in. Is they will cut off people that haven't actually done anything, right? And then go with the person who's drama and stuff. And while that little group believes them, once again, you'll start noticing those creators suddenly they don't have brand deals. Suddenly they don't have any money coming in. Suddenly companies don't want to work with them. But the person who was quote unquote called out, they're still getting brand deals. They're still getting sponsored content. And it's because the brand is going to fact check. If they see, hey, somebody still kept working through even like false accusations and stuff, they're going to go with that person over the person that is willing to lie to try to get farther, if that makes sense. Yeah,
it's like for me, I don't understand like why people who would do something like that, like in my opinion, like automatically if you're like affiliated with even with something like that, it's still in my opinion like a stain in certain brands. And that is just me specifically because of the simple fact that like, you know, like if I hear like, oh, you know, Miss Kiff did all those bad things, I'm affiliated with him, of course I'm gonna stop the affiliation with him real quick, because of the simple fact that, oh, I missed someone. It's like it's just like it would look bad for the brand still. It's like, oh, you have Miss Kiff with you and everything, like well, yeah, he didn't do anything until we find out the truth, but then everybody's like, oh, you know what? And then they're like, oh, well, you know what? Then I'm not gonna buy from you since you have him under your employee. Like, it's just the idea that like, you know,
that's what I was trying to is let's say Bob, or I've had it. I had somebody edit my video, right? This is actually fucking funny. Because, so I had somebody edit my video, I called out a predator, and of course their whole friend group just starts, like, making up stuff, right? Well, I had like 30 out of my 1,000 mutuals unmutual me. Well, about a week later, I had 20 of them try to come back. And they're like, hey, so you were giving tips and helping all these people, and I just found out that that person lied about you, can I come back? And I said, no, keep being associated with that person. Because all you had to do was, like, have a conversation, right? The person who made those videos has now lost every single one of their brand deals. They're complaining because their friends got demonetized. And it's one of those situations where they could, like, I had people come back and be like, hey, can you give me tips again? Can you be... No, I'm not going to have anything to do with you then. And that's where I talk about, I'm like... And I'm not saying, oh my god, go follow me or anything like that, right? But I'm saying, like... taking that time and having the moment to fact check before you burn a bridge.
Yeah.
Because I see that a lot. There was an event, the Halloween Horror Nights that I got to work. Where I was doing those videos and stuff. I had like 2 or 3 people reach out to me and was like, oh my god, that was my dream. And it's like, ironically, I had a +1, as you can see in the video, got to go completely free. Why the fuck would why the fuck do I want to be associated with this stranger who was so quick to immediately assume? But it shows, because brand-wise, if they see somebody who's just, like, making up shit, or making up crap in the first place, it's bad, but they want, once again, people who are associated with the person who's just making up stuff, it looks bad because they're like, hey, so we want to make sure that you're not a liability, and you are a liability if they think, hey, this person's not even going to check and they're just going to believe anything that's seen to them.
Yeah.
Now, it's one thing is if it's something that's been proven, yes. If it's something that is real and been proven and you're like being like, yeah, I want nothing to do with that person. But when they see, oh, you quickly blindly believe this, you're a liability because what else are you going to put under our name?
Yeah.
And you just agreed with somebody that's we know's lying. How do we know you're not going to do something like that with our company? How do we know you're not going to give our company a bad name? Like, we don't want our company to be associated with somebody that's slander or something that could open us up to a lawsuit.
Yeah.
'Cause if you're supporting that, are you going to do it too?
Yeah, it's like the idea of like me like actually having like a conversation, or like me agreeing, excuse me, with individuals like oh, I'm missing someone. Where's the other person? Like in regards to, like, let's say for instance somebody that we that is a famous deal, like if, like, for instance, if I go ahead and try to make an excuse for PewDiePie saying things.
Oh yeah, who's been on? You know, that's a recorded live incident. That's not just somebody implying something, or that's you know, there's solid
No,
proof
but
in that one.
no, but like there's yeah, exactly. Like it's just like if I'm trying to make excuses for what he's doing, and in regards to like what he is doing in any type of sense is, and obviously it's wrong, of course, especially where that is like a racial term that is extremely bad.
Yeah.
And if I agree with him or try to defend what he does, everybody's gonna look at me like I'm the crazy guy, and obviously
Yeah.
so. And people are gonna be like, "Why are you associated with this guy? Like, what's the purpose of being associated with someone who doesn't care about you, and someone who is willing to go ahead and make you look bad as a person?" And I gotta go back all the way to the beginning of the level to go ahead and find the character I missed.
Yeah, I see a lot of people burn bridges both ways. Either the making up stuff about other creators to try to get on top, you know, just like, oh, this person's going up. But then I also see, like I said, the support. I see people burn bridges with the support. They're in the comments being like, oh yeah, and then brands look at it as, okay, are you going to be a liability and do the same thing?
Yeah.
If you're willing to support someone, you're very openly supporting someone who's making up stuff to try to get ahead, when realistically they're just burning their own bridges.
Yeah.
And they like when you're associated, that's where the problem comes in. Like I've even seen big creators lose brand deals and stuff over that stuff. I mean, we're talking 100K getting lost, like not 100Ks in followers, but like 100K brand deal getting completely lost because they got involved in some petty drama because their friend asked them to. They're like, oh, my friend's involved in it, so I'm gonna be, and now they're associated with it, and they're backing them up and all this stuff, and they're losing deals over it, and then they're, next thing you know, they're ranting about crying and crap and being like, oh gosh, I lost this. And it's like, well, you decided to stick your nose where it didn't belong without doing any research. You just backed them up because they're your friend, instead of doing the research, and now you're like losing stuff out of it.
Yeah, like instead of just like backing them up, you could have also went ahead and like told your friend, like, hey, yo, you are moving in the wrong way. Like, even in the process, that's even a better friend, like to call out your friend for doing the wrong stuff.
Exactly. I do that with friends. I'll be like, yo, buddy, you need to chill out. Like, what is happening?
Yeah,
But there's so many who will just blindly believe them. Like I said, I've watched people who had their accounts started to grow, and then they end up losing it all because they don't, you know, they don't do what they're supposed to is the problem. They don't do what's morally right, which is like to fact check, not join in on it. They'll see, and a lot of it's not just the friend thing. Sometimes it's just hey, this is a hot topic and I can make money off of it.
Yeah, like,
and yeah, you might make a couple $100 off that video you make joining in with the drama that you had no affiliation with. But now, how much money did you cost yourself in the future?
yeah, exactly. Like for me, it's different because like when I call out things, it's in regards to like, because I feel like it's like an obligation as a content creator for me to do so. Like when people use content creation in a way where it's like the Johnny Somali thing, like where like Johnny Somali is like literally going to every country making, you know, content creators look bad. And I'm getting to a point where it's like, hey, yeah, Johnny, we're gonna need you to chill out, bro. Like it's like yeah, this guy is gonna make us look bad because now Japan doesn't want anything to do with content creators. Now, like, or countries don't want nothing to do with content creators. It's like, bro, it's like you are screwing us up right now, man. It's like, how about not doing that and allowing us to actually be decent to the human and like the human eye? Because a lot of people now are like, oh well, I don't want no content creator to be around us, but you've been in that, like bro, it's like, you see, you kind of screwed that up for us, man. It's like, it's not even funny. Like now he's actually years in.
He's in jail.
He's in jail. Yeah, he's in jail in I believe South Korea.
Oh my lord.
Now, so the maximum that they're possibly giving him is either 12 to 15, but he legally is not allowed to leave South Korea ever, because
Did he lose citizenship?
I believe so. But then they also I believe that he also I think it's like the person who, like, the people who went ahead and call him out is because people also outside of the legal system are probably not going to allow him to leave anyway. Because
Hold on one second.
Somali.
Okay, because the last court update I saw, it was something else. That's why I wanted to see.
Yeah, like I know that it was something in regards to I would say like possibly having like somewhere
So,
where
I'm recently familiar with South Korean law. I had to learn it. Well, I chose to learn it because I got orders there twice whenever I was on active duty.
okay.
So that's why I was confused. Because citizenship.
Oh wow, they are, as of 11 hours ago, he is potentially being deported.
Really, huh?
Yeah, a month ago they were saying he was going to lose citizenship, and now an update from 11 hours ago says he is potentially being deported.
From South Korea?
Yeah, I don't know where, it doesn't say where they're going to send him, but
Oh, that if he doesn't know where he's even going, then that's
Right? I was going to say, at this point, where the heck does he go?
like I like, it's like, yeah, like who would want him anywhere else though?
Right? Like what the heck? Where is he going to go?
Exactly.
Genuinely concerned.
No, because like he's not even a lot, like why on that time, like he was all in jail. There's also Vitaly. I think he's in the Philippines. He's
Oh, Vitaly is... Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's in prison.
yeah.
He's... Gosh, what is that? That's another thing. People don't seem to understand. Oh gosh. Like, oh, Malaysia is another country that you never want to mess with.
oh, did you know they still do caning there?
Oh yeah.
It's bad.
There, I think there's a country, I believe it was Thailand. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, like how sacred elephants are in Thailand.
Yeah.
How sacred. So there is a thing where I believe that there is an idea that if you, and this is for like the poachers, if you
Okay, so what I'm reading, just to finish this, sorry. From what I'm reading, it's potential deportation after he serves his time.
okay, so that's a 12
And
year
this is from a
sentence.
Korean news. I translated it.
Oh, okay. That has to be like a 12-year sentence that he's doing then. Ooh.
It's bad. It's not that hard to just be a decent freaking, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like, it's not that hard.
Like you would think, right? It's just like I want to say this. I think it's just because like people are just like real like airheads. Like they just choose to do it because I blame the parents, and then like or
Yeah, sometimes the parents are into play.
yeah.
And a lot of people don't like to talk about that. I'm not saying every parent, but like there's definitely some
not bad parenting in play on that. I have to admit, like that.
yeah, there's you know, it's like I said, sometimes there's just, not to be like rude, but bad apple kind of situation where no matter what they do, But then at the same time, there's also some where you're like, dude, this was like I can pinpoint the time where it became a problem, you know?
Yeah, it's like I think the one that the people that hate the idea when you point out the bad parenting are the bad parents. It's like I was like, how can you say that? Like we raised him right. He just won't listen to us. It's like, yo, bro, like I get it, but then at one point, what are you doing to reprimand him? Like are you taking stuff away? You making sure he's grounded? He's not leaving the house when he's grounded, like stuff like that. He's got chores.
Oh,
Like,
for real. And like we were just talking about this because of Halloween. There are an alarming amount of there's an alarming amount of
bad parents.
Parent, I don't know what neglectful is the word I'm looking for.
Solid
Parents
snake.
that will allow their kids to go out. Like they'll say that they didn't allow their kids to do it, and they definitely did. And I'm talking about like Halloween outfits and stuff. That's what we're talking about. So yeah.
But he's just doing it for fun. He's not that type of person, type of thing. Is that like what it is?
Yeah, and they're wearing like the most inappropriate things. For example, when I was 13, I went as a Kiss Playboy bunny, which was basically a French-made lingerie set in Playboy bunny ears. And I didn't understand. You know, I thought I was the coolest kid ever, right? Because I had old men give me money, like instead of candy and stuff, and stuff like that. You know,
Interesting way to have this conversation.
I had several take pictures with me. It was a whole thing. But I'm seeing kids like that, 10, 11 years old. I mean, stuff with like Hasbin Hotel and whatnot, where we talked about, you know, letting their kids do, oh, well, because it's cool. There's this whole thing of parents being like, oh, well, I want to be the cool parent, when realistically you're neglecting your child, and then you're surprised they turn out the way that they do, you know?
Yeah, it's the idea of, oh, I want to be the friend of my child, but instead of the parent. Like, it's like, it's cool to be a friend with your child, but then at one point when parenting needs to happen. Like it's like for instance, like there were times, especially like for me specifically, I ended up getting my ass kicked. Not really my ass kicked, but then, you know, I got reprimanded in a different way, as it was during that time, and rightfully so, because I was somewhat of a monster. And
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at you. It's just
no, it's fair, but it's like when I'm like in an older age, like when I'm like 15, like 16, or like okay. It wouldn't be like of a younger age, because like when I'm like 15, 16, I know better. It's like to a point where, like, you know, like for instance, there was a story of a kid who went to Italy, like lying to his mom saying that he was going to spend the night at his friend's house. Now they took a one-way trip to Italy. In the process of that, got to a point where they didn't have any money to come back. So he had to phone his mom and tell her, is like, hey, we have no money to come back. The mom got so mad, but still paid for him and his friends to come back, which was almost like probably a couple $1,000s. So when he comes back, the only thing he got was a yelling at. Now, I don't know about you, but if I did something like that, I would not be sitting down for a whole week, because I would have gotten my ass kicked. Because that one, in that aspect, think about it, you're putting yourself in danger, not just yourself, but your friends also, because God forbid something happens, guess what, how are they gonna know? Because you're in someplace else and not without your friends. And with that instance, you know, some of the parents would have been like, you know what, now find your way back home.
Oh yeah, my parents, I mean, they were neglectful as hell, but like
Oh yeah, you could tell this story afterwards. After this story, we're gonna call this episode.
Yeah.
Go.
I was gonna say, like there was one time there was an event that was supposed to happen, and then it rained out, and they just made me walk home because they were like, well, we're busy for the next 2 hours.
Well, you didn't do anything bad there though. It's like damn.
I walked home though, like I legit walked all the way home from across town. It was like 14 miles. We all did, and that was pretty standard.
Oh my goodness. So like I guess it was for me. Like I was able to get a bus, but like at times when I was coming home from school, everybody was like, "Why are you getting home so late?" I'm like, "Cause I walked home. I just wanted to go to the mall and chill, wanted to hang out and stuff like that." Cause I would go hang out with the guys at GameStop, which is going to be another story. But all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and call this a nice little episode. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. Definitely go ahead and hit that bell and turn your notifications, and stay tuned for another episode of TemGameBoyz.
The abnormal is normal when sweatpants and messy hair become formal. I felt so normal.